is for the second PUC computer science students. Now already last class we discussed about how to prepare a table using table tags like TR, TH, TD, etc. Now we are preparing a timetable using HTML. Now here is a program. We already discussed that every program of the HTML should start with an HTML followed with the head tag and the title tag. This title tag, whatever the title tag is written, it will be displayed in the at top of the browser address. Next, body tag. Whatever we write in the body tag, the information will be displayed in the browser. Now here we are writing a H1 is called headings. There are 6 types of headings are there, H1 to H6. Now we'll also have a font and font properties will be there, like font color, font size and font style, like that. Now here we are writing a center is nothing but aligning a particular timetable for the week is the text. We are aligning to the center. We are writing a center tag here. When we have to open a center tag with CTR and we have to close the center tag. Next we are written a font color as blue, and this my study timetable for the week will be in the blue color, and we open a font and we have closed the font option, font tag. Next is there is a center is there. We have to place one image. For image you will also have some properties like width, height. Next is here for placing the image in the timetable. There is a tag called image source. Image tag is there. And SRC stands for source. Many students will write SCR in the exam or in the while practicing also. It should be SRC. SRC stands for source. And what is the image is nothing image1.jpg. And now we did not give any path. Why? Because it's a confusion, and so that I have to put the image on the desktop, so that directly we need not give any path without any problem. Next is the image will have a width is 100 and height will be the 100. Next I am aligning the table. This is center. Table align is a tag. The center is a tag. We align the table at the center of the page, and our table size border size will be 1, and the background color BG color stands for here is green yellow. Next is when we write a table tag, we should write a table row. And table row, we have placed one table row. Next is TH is nothing but table heading. Like this we are having days, subjects, morning study time, college study time, evening study time, and question paper timing will be there. It will be there in the first row, that is table row, and we have closed the table row. Next in the second row we are having a everyday schedule actually. Now second row we started with TR, and next is TD with Monday. TD will be in English. On Monday the particular student is doing English, and his timings will be 5 to 6 am, 8:30 to 4 pm, and 6 to 8:30 pm, 9 to 11 pm will be the slots will be there. First slot will be the morning study time, second slot will be the college time, and third slot is nothing but evening study time, and fourth slot is nothing but 9 to 11. What he's going to do is he or she is going to do is question paper reading. So next is we have closed the table row tag. Next, like this is the one row. If we know this one row properly, and every rows are same. Only thing is the paper, the subject will be keep on changing. Here you see here Monday, instead of Monday the second row will be Tuesday. Instead of any subject English is there, we are taken as a Kannada too. And next is we are taking Kannada. Next is in the same row. If we copy the same row, you need not type once again. If we copy the same thing for the third row, change only Wednesday, change only weekday and subject. And here I have given Kannada physics like this. If you want, you can change whatever you want. You can change the subjects but the day should be remain same, and you can change the subject as your choice, as per your choice. Next is here also same thing. Timings also remain same. You see 5 to 6. Here also 5 to 6, 8:30. In fourth row also Thursday also same thing. Only subject is changed. Next is Friday. There is a subject is changed with mathematics. Timings will remain same. And Saturday computer science and timings will remain same. And we will be close the table row. And next is when we open a table with table tag, we will close the table. And next is finally we put a mark Q. A mark Q is nothing but it's a scroller text. When we write in mark Q, the text whatever the enjoys life as a student will be scrolling on the screen. And we have put a font property for this is red color, and it is in the font will be in the color will be in red color, and enjoy life as a student will be displayed onto the screen. And next is when I already said that whatever we write in the body tag, we have to close the body tag, and finally we have to close the HTML tag. I think viewers, you have understood the concept. Very simple program. It is very simple program. You need not by heart it this program. Just only thing is you have to remember the first line, second line, third line, and these are the ways like days, subjects, order, morning study time, college study time, evening study time, question paper, and this is will be if you remember for timings. We can copy the if you write one row, you can copy the all rows up to Saturday, and only you have to change the subject name and day, weekday. Okay, viewers, now I copy this program in a notepad, and we will run the program as usual. Previously we have run the one HTML program. Now I will run the second program also. You will be able to understand this is a very important program where it will be in exam, it will be appearing. Now I am opening the notepad. I'll open the notepad. Now I pasted in the notepad. Now this is in the notepad, you can see. Untitled notepad is there. See, untitled notepad. Now I save this file. Save as. I'll take all files. Here, my timetable, and I write .html and choose the desktop. Always better to choose the desktop because in the exam, the examiner will ask you, show me the file, means you need not search the folders, directories, etc. You just directly it will be stored on the desktop. You can click that program and you can run. It will be easy for you. Now I have saved this program. Now it is saved. I will minimize this program. Now I will click this run. How to create forms in HTML. Now, first of all, we must know what is meant by form. An HTML form is a section of a document containing normal content, markup, special elements called controls, that is checkboxes, radio buttons, menus, etc. and labels and those controls. Users generally complete a form by modifying its controls, entering a text, selecting a menu items, etc. before submitting the form to an agent for processing, example to a web server or a mail server. You can see a simple example of a form of an application filling for the first PUC classes. Now here is a small form. These are the labels, and this is there is a student name is there, and this is in a text box. This is gender is there. Here in gender we are having options like male and female. These round buttons are known as radio buttons. And next is combination is there. It is a drop down box where we can have a set of options available here. For example, here I am taking the combination here. There may be different combination like PCMCS, PCME, some CBL like that. Next is the address area. You can see the address area is the height and the width is more. This is known as we will be calling as a text area. And this combination we can also call it as a combo box. And this we can call this as gender, that's male and female, that radio button or option button. Next is we are having hobbies is there. Now there is a square boxes are available now. These are known as checkbox, where we can have here in a hobbies a person or a student can have a different hobbies. He can check all these options if he is if he is interested in these things. For example, singing, he can put a checkbox. For reading, he can put a checkbox. You can have multiple options can be selected here. But whereas in the gender, that is the radio button, there a user have an option only to select only one option, whether it's a male or female. Now, nowadays there are forms are coming up with transgender is there, but they are not so popular till now. Now, and this is the finally what we will be calling as a submit and reset button. When the user enters the data in the student name and if selecting the gender, and he will be selecting the combo list box, that is a selection of options, multiple options will be there. And next is after filling these details, when he click on submit button, the data will be stored in a backend server like MySQL or SQL server or Oracle databases. When he select the reset button, whatever the data he has stored here, that will be resetted. Now, first of all, we must know these and this text box, radio button, combo box, and drop down box, and the text area and check boxes. These are all known as form elements. And every form has a form tag is there. Whenever you want to write these form elements should be written in the form tag. The form tag will be open as a FORM form and the close tag is a slash form. All the elements you are writing, all the elements related to text box and text area, combo box, and next is a drop down box, next is we are having radio buttons and check boxes should be written in the form only. Now HTML form contains the form elements. I already said these are the input. Text box is a form element or is one of the form element. The input element, to you want to enter a text names of the persons or addresses like this, you want to enter, we will use a form element. Number one is input element. The input element is the most important form element. The input element has many variations depending on the type attribute, because the main is input element, but input element can have many variations. Like suppose when you are coming to text box, it will be text. When you are coming to radio button, it will change to radio. If it come to checkbox, it will change to checkbox. Like this, we will be seeing one by one after the other. Now this is a input. This is known as input box, input element. Now you see, for example, I want to enter a name of the student. As we entered here, we have written here. When you write a code like this, that it will display like this. We'll see at the end. We'll copy this all the information and we'll put it into the notepad and we'll generate a HTML page. Now time being, just I'm saying the student name I want to enter it. So I want to enter the student name is, I am taking the example of input type is equal to text, defines one line input field for text input. Now example, input type is equal to text, the name is equal to student name, and whatever the, suppose father name is there, father name, or employee name is there, you can write employee name. Like this you can write. This is the way how to write the text. That is, I will repeat once again, input type is equal to text, name is equal to student name. Next is we are having a radio button. Already I said no, option box or radio option button or radio button. Now I want to have a gender, that is male or female. Now here input type is equal to radio, defines a radio button. Previously when you are putting as a text, we have defined as a text. When you are writing a radio button, we are option button, we are putting a radio. That's why the input, already we said discussed about input type has a many variations. Now first variation we see it as a text box. Now second variation we have seen as a radio button. Now radio button, let's say user select one of a limited number of choices, because I already said that in radio button we have to select only either one option. We cannot select all the options. Now for example, here there is a input type is equal to radio, name, gender, value is equal to male. If the user is a male, he will check that he will select that radio button as a male. If the user is a female, she will be selecting as a female. And next is we are having a checkboxes. Checkboxes, let's say user select 0 or more options of a limited number of choices. There may be certain choices will be there. He may select all the choices or he may select the any one choice from the following check boxes from the lister method. For example, here I am taking as input type is equal to checkbox, that is hobby, value is equal to singing. And next is input type is equal to checkbox, hobby, value is equal to reading. Now this will be displayed. Now this particular portion is showing as like this. It will show as a reading here. For example, the singing, reading, and all those things are coming up now. When the user clicks here, it will go for a singing. When the user click here, then it will go for a reading. It will be stored in the database. Next is drawing, and as well as sports is there. Next is there. I already spoken that there is a drop down list will be there. There are certain lists will be there. I showed you that I want to have a different combinations will be there. The different combinations, like I am having 3 combinations I have written here. Select for this we are having a syntax is select name combination. Option value is equal to PCMCS, that is PC. This will be visible to the user. PCME and CEVA, and we can write any number of options present in this selector. For every select there should be a /select. You might have seen that in the real life forms we will be having a countries, states, and as well as we can have a date of birth and all those things. We can use this option. We can use this drop down list or combo box. Next is we are having a text area. I want to put a address. The address may be not even 5, it may be in 10 lines or it may be 20 lines. I cannot use the 10 text boxes for the purpose of address. What I will do is I use a text area. The text area element is used to define a multiple line of text. That is, we instead of using a single input box, I can use a multiple line, that is known as a text area. Now for example, here I wrote a example, text area rows is equal to 10, columns is equal to 30, name is equal to address. That is, whenever we are having a text area open and we have to close the text area with /text area. Now in this case there is 10 columns, means the total text box size will be, the rows will be 10 rows and the columns will be 30 columns. Thus means the text box will be bigger size. Next is finally, when we wrote all these things, we are having a submit button is there. Now whenever you enter the data into the form, whenever after clicking on the submit button only, the data will be stored in a backend. I already spoken about backend. We can write a backend programs like PHP and .NET technologies, we can use it. But now for our syllabus, we have to talk only about the form, how to design a form and what are the form elements, and those things only we are discussing now, because that portion is not helpful for us, and also is not required at the time being. Now I am saying this is a, now I want to submit. Now the input type is equal to submit defines a button for submitting a form to the form handler. Next is the form handler is typically a server page with a script for processing input data. I said no, there is a server page document is nothing but PHP, .NET technology, etc. Now here the form handler specified in the form section from action attribute. There is at the form action, we will be writing that same line in the HTML page, but time being we will not be writing that. Why? Because that when the user clicks, there is no backend is created, and there is no database will also be not there. That's why we are omitting that particular line. Next is input type is equal to button, value is equal to submit. This will be shown on the screen. This is the button. When the user clicks the submit button, there is some action will go and it will be stored in the database. Next is input type button, value is equal to reset. Now when the user enters all the data and he don't want to be submitted, just he can click on the reset button. What will happen? The data will be cleared from the text boxes or respective text boxes, option boxes, etc. Now listeners, we have seen about different types of input boxes, like input text box, input checkbox, input radio button, input type. Next is text area, and we also discussed about next is hobby checkboxes, and we also discussed about text area. Next is there is option values, that is selection option, multiple options we have. See, now I'll open a notepad file. Now we are creating a form like Rajaram PU College, and this is the what in the table section or HTML program we have discussed about. Every HTML page should have a HTML tag and a head tag and title tag, and this title tag, whatever we write, that will be displayed in the address bar of the browser. Next is H1 is nothing but there are different types of headings will be there, H1 to H6. Now H1 align is equal to center, Rajaram PU College will be there. H4 align center, first PUC application form. Next is, and I said no, there is a form element is there. Whenever we want to write all the form elements, we have to place in the form. This is the form I already put it. This is the form I already put it. Next is when we want to close the form, there is a closing of the form is there. You can see this closing of the form. And next is I am writing all these things in the table. Already we discussed the table in the previous class very clearly about table rows and table data and table headings and all those things. Now what I want to do is I define a form, I open a form. In that form I am writing a table. Why? Because alignment should be proper. When we do a form elements, it should appear neatly. That's why we are putting as a form. But these whatever the forms we are discussing is a world based that is HTML older versions. Now there is a bootstrap forms are available. You might have seen in the browsers, you might have seen in the web pages, there different technologies there, but according to our syllabus we are not supposed, we don't have that much information needed to learn. Just we are only learning basic forms. Next is here I said table is a table tag, align center, border is equal to 2, BG color, this is background color is orange. The table we are writing, the table we are taking as a table, align, the table will be aligned to center, border will be size will be 2, and BG color, background color of the table is orange color. Whatever the color you want, you can put it. Now we have opened a table row. And next is I wrote a TD, student name, and I have written the form element, that is form element is input type is equal to text, name is equal to student name. I close the TD and I close the first row. Next is second row, I am writing TR, gender, I am putting input type is equal to radio because it's an optional, name is equal to gender, value is equal to male. Next line I want to write input type is equal to radio, name is equal to gender, value is equal to female. This, when I am writing this slash indicates it will print it in the same line. Now second row we have closed. Second row we have second data we have closed, table data we close, and second row we close. Now once again I opened a third row, that is TR, and I selected the combination and select a name combination, option value equal to PCMCS, and PCMCS option value equal to PCME and CEVA, etc. And I open with the select tag and I close with the select tags with slash. Next I close that with this thing, that row with the table slash row and data with the slash TD. Next is I have selected the table row, that is TD address, text area row is equal to 10, columns is 30, name is equal to address. The name whatever we write, we will type the address as address contents. Next is we have closed this. And next is I said I have taken as a hobbies, it is a checkboxes. Different hobbies are available. We can, any number of hobbies we can write. The user can select all the options, or either he can select any single or double or multiple options he can choose with the help of this text box. Next is I already discussed about, and we have closed this TD slash TD and TR. Next TR we are closed, and we have last line we are writing a submit button. Now here TR, TD, table data, align center, column span. Here merging of the columns are known as column span, merging of the rows is known as a row span. Now in the when we are having two columns, in the previous in the top we are having two columns are there. First column we are putting as a student name, second column is a text box, second second row we are putting as a option button, that is gender. In the second column we are putting as we are placing as a option radio buttons like male and female. Next third we are using as a option box, that is first row will be the combination, next column will be selected as these options like different combinations. Next we are did fourth row we have selected the hobbies and we have taken the different things, that is we have taken different things, that is hobbies like reading, drawing, etc. And next is we have taken as a this hobbies we have did, and the text area we have taken. Next is we are having option called radio button. We have seen that. Next, finally, we have to go for a submit. I want to put it these two, submit and reset, in the same row, and they should not be separate column. That's why we merged two columns into single column, that is called column span. Now we have written this particular program here. Now I will save this program as an HTML page and I'll run this in browser. With this we can complete our session. Save as, I will select as a save as, and next is I will select it as all files. Next I will select as a apply. I can write apply.html, and I put apply.html and I'll store it on the desktop. Save, I'll say. Now it will be stored on the desktop. We will see, we'll minimize this. There is an apply there. Now I'll run this file, automatically open the browser. Now this is a second PUC lab program using a application form. It's a very simple and easy to learn. Only thing is you have to, if you learn input box, you will able to know input text. You can write radio button and all those things you can write. And here I said, now suppose I am typing as a Rama Rao. I'll select as a gender. This is a drop down box. Suppose the student wants to join a CEBA, he can join. If a student wants a PCMC, he will join. And this is an address bar. This is Bangalore. You can type Bangalore, number 54. Number 54. Second stage. Second cross. Second stage, second cross. So Ramanagar, Bangalore. Suppose this is a text box, this text area box where we can type those many rows and columns. And next is the user can select singing, reading, drawing, and he has to click a submit button. When the user clicks submit button, the data will be stored in a, whatever the data is entered in the form will be stored in a database. That is a backend. Now we need not require all those things. This is a form. It is very helpful for the second PUC lab exam.